Well, isn't this convenient timing? Hey guys, this is Jules with True Crime Reactions. Disclaimer. Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. So Judge is retiring. And just so happens he signed the letter last month. Interesting. So I was looking around over on Twitter, and Kevin Fixler posted that the Idaho Statesman has a brand new article, and that's what we're going to be reading right now. It states the Idaho judge who oversaw Bryan Kohberger murder case in Moscow set to retire. It's kind of funny because I really thought that Bill Thompson was going to end up being the one that was supposed to retire. Instead, he ran unopposed and still wasn't at the last hearing. So that's neither here nor there. The judge who was set to oversee the Moscow murder trial of Bryan Kohberger before he approved its move to Boise plans to retire. Judge John Judge of Idaho's 2nd Judicial District in Latah County sent a signed letter last month, notifying the state of his intent, a copy of which the Idaho Statesman obtained from the state court system. Judge submitted his retirement letter a month after he granted the venue change sought by Kohberger's defense in the University of Idaho student homicide case. After extensive contemplation, I have decided that it is time for me to retire, Judge wrote on the one-page letter dated October the 4th. Okay, October 4th. It has been a journey of hard work, challenges, life lessons, sacrifice, joy, satisfaction, and sometimes frustration and heartbreak. Judge, who will turn 69 years old next month, oh, I wonder if his birthday is the same as my son's, referenced in the letter of his 40-page legal career, which included 24 years as a lawyer before working as a judge for 16. He has been in his current district judge role for the past 6 years, which included about 15 months spent handling Kohberger's case. Judge announced his last day is January 17th. The 2nd Judicial District opening from Judge's departure will post to the Idaho Judicial Council vacancy page next week. Okay, this is just literally talking about the judge's life. And honestly, not all that interested because I'm not impressed at all by how he behaved with this case. He has no backbone. He really can't make a decision to save his life, at least not one that actually makes sense and is at the appropriate timing. He also doesn't seem to really care too much about the case unless his own integrity is being questioned, and then all of a sudden he's got a fire under his ass. So, yeah. So they have a copy of the letter. I'll go ahead and read it, I guess. It's one page, right? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and read the full letter so that you guys can see what he has to say. And again, a link for this article will be in the description box like it always is. Dear Chief Justice Bevan, after extensive contemplation, I have decided that it is time for me to retire. On September 30th, I completed 40 years of service to the law, 24 years as a lawyer, 10 years as a magistrate judge, and 6 years as a district judge. It has been a journey of hard work, challenges, life lessons, sacrifice, joy, satisfaction, and sometimes frustration and heartbreak. I have done my best to follow the rule of law while never forgetting the importance of compassion and understanding of the people before me every day, their humanity and their struggles. I will miss what judges can do for the people and the communities we serve. It has been a privilege and an honor to be a judge. I will miss the people who have helped me along the way and those who worked with me daily. All the many clerks, we could not operate without them. For me, most recently, Beth Modern and Tamsin Reeves. Tamsin Reeves makes a lot of mistakes from the documents we've gone over. I'm just saying. My amazing staff attorney of 6 years, Shia Line, and my colleague, Magistrate Judge Megan Marshall. I will be forever grateful for this team's reliably good work, professionalism, and kindness. I am also grateful for the judges of the 2nd District, past and current, who are mentors and friends, and judges and justices who have supported me and schooled me over the years, and the administrative branch of the judiciary that keeps this system moving, especially Sarah Onmonson. As I write this letter, I feel some heartache, but I also know that the time is precious and limited. What's most important now is being able to spend more time with my family. I also hope to pursue some of my other interests, like time in the mountains and reading books that have nothing to do with the law. My date to retire is January 17th, the day after my daughter turns 18. That's crazy. I have also decided not to apply to be a senior judge, which I found really interesting. I find it interesting. I thank all of you for everything you and the law have given me. I can only hope that I have helped some others along the way. Now, I don't know how good of a judge he's been in other cases, what he's done. All we all know is how he has behaved in this case, this very important, high profile, very extremely important case. And I didn't like it. So, now something I question whenever people in places of authority like this retire before a case is over, whenever the case is in a gag order, or honestly, even whenever there's not a gag order. When someone of higher power resigns, retires, whatever, are they still bound? Is there still a gag order that they have to adhere to? Or because they're no longer assigned to the case, no longer working for the district, no longer working at all for that field, does that relieve them of that obligation? Because I would really like to know what Judge knows. He's had the case for a long time. He's seen a lot of the evidence. Now, granted, everything that he has seen throughout the last year and a half, Judge Hippler should also have access to. But Judge got to see the IGG stuff before the defense could. He got to see all kinds of stuff. So I'm wondering if he knows that one little thing the state thinks they have that's actually going to keep this case going. Because just like in the Delphi case, okay, Moscow is doing a piss poor job of proving their point. And I almost forgot to add, let's not forget that this judge, has an issue with the chain of custody for something that's probably pretty important in this case. So important, he wrote in his own handwriting next to his signature on one of the very public documents that the court has issues with chain of custody. But we don't know if it has to do with the IGG. We don't know if it has to do with the knife sheath. We don't know what it has to do with because it was never talked about in public for us to know. Does that concern for chain of custody just go away now that the judge is no longer part of the case? Hopefully he left his concern somewhere noticeable so that Judge Hippler can see if he needs to be concerned as well. Literally everything that they've told us so far that's in the probable cause affidavit has been torn to shreds by their own people getting on the stand and not knowing a damn thing about, like, literally anything. But this was interesting to see today for sure. I wasn't expecting him to retire. This might have been a conversation prior, maybe, I don't know, but I don't really care too much about what the judge does with his life. I care about case fact. I care about timeline and case fact and point A to point B and everything in between that gives me the actual timeline and events of the crime itself. I don't really care too much about this other stuff. But I do find it extremely interesting that the second that he passes off the case, you know, granted, he was approving it. He wasn't forcing it. He was approving it. But it's just funny to me that he's just deciding to retire right after this one gets taken off of his docket. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you like the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please don't forget to leave a like on the way out, subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already, and don't forget to make sure that your notification bell is set to all so you don't miss any of my rants, reviews, reactions, updates, or deep dives. See y'all.